Hey YouTube, it's a Substance Project. I'm Jody. If you're like me, you might have a couple of nice bottles of wine sitting around the house that you plan to enjoy on a special occasion sometime down the road. What do you do with the wine while you're waiting to enjoy it? How do you store it? Well, you definitely do not want to do what I've been doing, which is store it on a wine rack next to the oven, which is next to a window. You want to make sure that you're properly storing your wine so that you can preserve its flavor, its aroma, and preserve its longevity. So here are 4 tips for you. So tip number 1 for storing your wine is to find the right temperature. Ideally, you want a room that's between 45 and 65 degrees, so nothing too hot and nothing too cold. And you don't want a room that has extreme temperature fluctuations. So if you have a good basement closet that's not too damp, this might be the perfect spot for your wine. Tip number 2 is to keep the wine away from the light. UV rays can prematurely age a wine, make it smell funky, or taste a little bit off. So definitely keep it away from the windows. A note about light from light bulbs. That's not going to damage the wine, but it can fade labels over time. So best to keep your wine in a dark spot. Tip number 3 for storing your wine is to store it sideways. Not only is this a great space-saving solution, but by storing it sideways, you keep moisture on the cork, which will prevent it from drying out. And the final tip for storing your wine is to keep the vibrations to a minimum. You don't want to keep shaking up the sediment in your wine. So keep it out of a cabinet or drawer that's opened frequently. So those are the 4 tips for storing your wine. Hopefully you can move those bottles that might be next to the stove or a window to a better place so that you can enjoy that wine when you finally get around to drinking it. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Have a wonderful day.